Barbados, get up.
Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed, and welcome to Friday. Friday, the 21st of March, is the day we've been waiting for. I support Down syndrome with the Barbados Down Syndrome Association. What about you? Are you equally supporting? Foot in the air tells you, yep, I'm rocking the socks. Are you? And I promised you, I did tell you that I was not going to be wearing shoes on the set today, and true to my word, I'm not wearing shoes on the set today. So to all of you everywhere, I hope that you are getting your pretty socks on, and that you're taking pictures of your socks and you are sending them to us. Remember, you can email them to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, or you can send them by WhatsApp to 228-5562. Let's share with the whole globe how in Barbados we stand in support of Down syndrome. It's a very special day for a very special group of people on our island, so we celebrate them today. So let's celebrate together. Welcome to today. To all of you everywhere, good morning. Good to see you. It's Friday. Aren't you looking forward to the weekend? I trust you are. And so we will be too, but I want you really to give your full support to Down syndrome. If you're watching from across the globe on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, or our website, welcome. Good having you company indeed. And of course, as always, if you have an idea or if you know of someone or something which you think we ought to share with the rest of the world on our show, we encourage you to send us an email, morninbarbados@cbc.bb, morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and we thank you. So as you wake up this morning, remember also to share the show, tell others about us, let them tune in to have the fun with us, and encourage them always to come back and build. Let's build our community together of those who are enjoying and loving and supporting Mornin Barbados. I'm Pearson Bowen, by the way. What's your name? Good having you company indeed. I trust you've already had breakfast and you are rocking your socks. I can't say that enough. I'm really, truly excited about this because I know Barbadians generally give full support to this initiative by the Barbados Down Syndrome Association, and I know you've done it over the years and you shall do so again today. I would want that as I go on the streets today that I see everyone rocking their socks. You can tuck the hem of your pants into your socks. You can choose to wear shorts and wear your socks. You can be as creative as others in the way that you wear your socks. You rock your socks today, but wear them with pride. Wear them in support of Down syndrome and wear them in support of the activities and the work of the Barbados Down Syndrome Association. So again, a big hearty thank you. Remember, take pictures. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That's us right here this morning, bright and early, having our fun. Every single soul who is working with the show this morning is rocking their socks, and we were having a good time. We were doing the hokey pokey to turn them all around. And so there we are. The big bright green socks right in your face there, that's Joanna. Next to Joanna is Peter in the jeans, the blue jeans. The fatter feet. Is my producer, Alicia Osgrant. Doreen Chase is next to her with the bottom of her jeans pulled right up. That is Doreen. She's over there at Master Control. And that's me, next to Doreen. You're right. And who's the other person on the other side over there? I know. That's Michael Sobers, our sound technician this morning. That's the Mornin Barbados crew standing with you. And so Peter, my photographer, has decided to be a whole lot more creative. There he is. He's rocking his socks on his head. What a design indeed. You know, we fluffed the socks out as well. And he has a couple of pairs in his back pockets as well. He is truly rocking his socks this morning. So be creative. Use your own creativity to show your support of this. And while we're having fun with our socks, remember why we're doing this. We're standing in support of Down syndrome. People and children of Down syndrome are absolutely special. Really special. Marcy Rock, thank you very much. Good morning, Patricia Ben as well. You're rocking your socks? Send us a picture. Send us a picture, Patricia. I don't believe you. Send us a picture, Patricia. Remember, you can send it by email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, or you can send it by WhatsApp, 228-5562. Estelita Pyle, good morning as well. I hope you rock your socks as well, Estelita Pyle. So get a pair. before the day is done and proudly stand in support. Children of Down syndrome are so special indeed. They're truly, truly special. And so because of how special they are, we want to be equally special with them today. So rock your socks, people. Rock your socks indeed. Thank you. And for those businesses as well who have been selling the multicolored socks that everyone is wearing today, we want to encourage you to contact the Barbados Down Syndrome Association and make a donation. Your donation goes a very long way in supporting parents and children of Down syndrome through the Barbados Down Syndrome Association. I thank you. I truly, truly thank you. All right. Today's riddle. There's an ongoing riddle. If I don't get an answer today, I promise you I'll give you the answer. Fair? That riddle remains, and I trust you've done your homework. If 12 make a dozen, how many make a million? If 12 make a dozen, how many make a million? 228-5562 or 228-5563. You call me and you let me know. If 12 make a dozen, how many make a million? We are rocking our socks together, everyone. And so I want to encourage you to continue rocking your socks as well. So take those pictures and get them into us. Take your videos as well, as we've done video too. So be creative, be creative, be creative. Send them by email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, or you can send them by WhatsApp to the same number you're calling me on now, 228-5562. Remember, if 12 make a dozen, how many make a million? Get the answer today. We've been rallying on this one here for too long. I must tell you though, coming up today, we want to hear from the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, their response to what has become a viable piece of information traveling on social media. They're disputing it, and so we want to hear from them out of their own mouths, just why and what's been happening and the truth behind what's going on as well. We will continue this morning or look into the Faculty of Humanities and Education. We're taking a look at that in a very serious way. They conclude their Taster Week, I call it, open week at the campus today, so we want to hear more about that. The BPW Barbados Club are hosting a 7-day financial management workshop for women. We want to give you more details about that and how you can be a part of it. But we have a call. Good morning. Hello.
Hi, morning.
Is this my friend? Good morning.
No.
Oh, you're not my friend?
No. Yeah, I'm your friend, but I don't know me.
Oh, you don't think I know you?
No.
What is your first name?
My name is Ivo.
You're breaking up a little bit. So what's your first name?
My name is Ivo.
Are you using a cordless phone?
Yeah.
Or could you go closer to the base? Because that might very well be the problem, where you're too far away from your base and it's creating a bit of a break in how I'm hearing you. Are you there now? Closer?
Yes.
Good girl. What's the name again?
Ivo.
Okay. That seemed not to have been the solution. What do you think is the answer?
Many million.
Many make a million. That's your answer?
Yes.
That is mucho, mucho wrong.
Oh.
See what I tell you? Thank you very much. Have a good today. And rock your socks. Rock your socks. You're not too late to do so. It's not a case of having to buy them before today. You can buy them even today. And even today, you can rock your socks till midnight. And then thereafter, continue to stand in support of Down syndrome. And I want to thank you for your full support. So I was telling you, the BPW Barbados Club, they're having a 7-day financial management workshop. We'll share with you details of how you can do so. It's Parish Friday, and you know, in the month of March, we are celebrating with the parish of St. Thomas. We want to get further details on what's happening this weekend and how we can be a part of it all. And are you ready for Run, Tsunami Run? We're continuing to hear from the Department of Emergency Management and preparing us for readiness of those other natural disasters as well. So listen for more details about that. The question remains, if 12 make a dozen, how many make a million? 228-5562 or 228-5563. And if you don't get it right, I'll have to put on my shoes. I don't promise you that. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson.
Hi. How are you?
I am fairly well.
Oh, that's good to hear you. What's the name? Your name?
Joanne.
Joanne from St. Philip. Yes, I got it right. So, Joanne, are you rocking your socks today, or will you be?
I will be.
You will be. And you're mixing matching, or are you wearing a pair?
I have 2 pairs, and I may mix and match, or I'll decide.
No, don't may. Just mix and match.
Mix and match.
Yes, Joanne.
Oh, okay.
In other words, as the old people say, be funky, girl.
It's one
All
of
right.
those days. Yes, please.
Yeah, man. So, Joanne, so tell me, what's your answer?
I don't know. I may just be a little bit facetious, but how many make
A million.
A million?
Yeah.
I think very few of us make a million. Very few people make a million.
Joanne, give
Tell
me
me.
give me your working. Let me hear how you arrived at that.
I was stay on the wrong neck for a long time. All the answers, but
You know,
Pearson, how many persons in Barbados make $1 million?
I don't know anyone in Barbados who has made a million, but there very well be many. I don't know.
Well, there may be many, but not many made $1 million.
How do you know that?
Very few.
How-
Very few.
You can't argue, but give me your imperative evidence that tells me that only a few in Barbados make a million. How can you?
I
Where is
don't
the
know
evidence?
any millionaires in Barbados.
So there must be just a few.
Yeah.
Would a millionaire walk through our streets with a millionaire sign on their heads?
No, they might not. We don't see them. They look like millionaires.
Oh, you're supposed to look like a millionaire. What does a millionaire look like, Joanne?
Jesus.
A few moments
And most of
later.
them would look like you, Pearson, but you told me you don't make $1 million.
How do you know?
So,
So you believe me? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm believable, Joanne.
good. I'm usually believable.
But you're absolutely right, Joanne. You're absolutely yes.
Oh my God.
Listen, you see my socks?
Yes, I saw your
Are
socks.
your socks my color?
I wish I had one of those now.
Man, listen. What color socks do you have?
I have it's black. It's in it yellows and
Oh.
red and not purple.
Okay, yellow, black, purple. Oh, you're wearing socks like Peter.
Oh.
Yes, that kind of sock. And there's stripes or other shapes.
No, it has
You see,
spaces.
look. Go back down. Peter's socks on. Look, any of those are
No,
any of
mine
those?
is not as colorful as that.
They aren't.
No,
So your socks are dull.
they're dull, so that's why I need to put another color with it.
All right, Joanne.
But the socks it has faces, hands,
Oh, okay.
and a Pokemon on it.
Oh, you again. You're funky girl. Thank you very much
Exactly.
indeed, Joanne. Have a great morning. All right.
Thank you. You
You're
too.
very welcome. Likewise. All right.
Bye-bye.
So, folks, that's what we're doing today. We're doing it that way. We're standing in support of Down syndrome, and I thank you. Remember, take your photographs. You can send them to us, or you can tag the Barbados Down Syndrome Association as well, because we want to share with the whole globe that Barbados stands in support of Down syndrome. And I thank you, thank you, thank you. The information is right there on your screen as to how you can send us your rock, your sock pictures. Do so. Patricia Ben, you're overseas, I know, and you're rocking your socks, I know. So do send them to that address on the screen, that WhatsApp number on your screen. So please, 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 and we'll share that throughout the show. Promise you. All right, let's get started this morning by continuing in the Faculty of Humanities and Education at the UWI Cayfield campus. Joining me now is Dr. Nicola Hunt. She's lecturer in literatures in English.
Yes.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
And you're not rocking your socks.
I
There's
am
a penalty
not.
for that.
What's the penalty?
You leave. I'm just teasing you. But good to see you indeed.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about how has the week been going for you?
With the Faculty of Humanities and Education, the open week, I think it's been going fairly well. And we're really looking forward to this evening, the wrap-up, because we're having a poetry reading on campus at 5 p.m.
Poetry reading at 5 on campus,
in
where?
the Cynthia Wilson Arts Lecture Theatre.
Wonderful. So we have to be, and that showcases literature.
It does.
It's your moment to
That's how you
shine.
end the week, sir, on the literature.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we talk, we hear literature, we hear it at school, and
Yeah.
what's the definition of what you see as a study of literature?
Well, I want to start with what literature is before I talk about the study of it. Literature covers things like novels, poetry, plays, but it also has links to film, performance, spoken word. So literature has expanded, right? So the study of literature is really the study of all those things.
The written word.
Yes.
Whether it's a poem, poetry, prose, a medical novel.
Yeah.
Just all of that.
Yeah, it covers all of that.
So it requires reading.
It does.
And the capacity to read.
It
And
does.
comprehension. And so reading for pleasure is one thing, but if you're studying literature, what are we looking for?
We're looking for someone who asks questions. of what's happening in front of them on the page. But when you began with the written word, I thought about the fact that we've moved technologically onto online. So we're also looking at images and symbols on the screen as part of the study of literature.
So in the study of literature, we're looking for hidden, not just hidden meaning, but the other meanings.
Yes.
And so context is going to be critical.
Of
and a whole
course.
host of other things.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved English literature at school.
Did you
If
really?
I did. And you know, what would come home on Pearson's report is, Bowen talks a lot. Because Bowen always had an interpretation of what's going on.
Well, that's precisely what you want when you're studying literature. Someone who asks questions, someone who's interested in creating meaning and developing interpretations. That's precisely it.
So the study of literature at the University of the West Indies, what's involved? When I choose to enroll in your department, what am I expected to be able to do? And what are some of the things that you will introduce me to?
Well, we begin with the understanding that not everyone has the same foundation when they come into the program. So we have all these level 1, what we call introductory courses. So we take you through the basics of the genres, the same ones I listed, the poetry, prose fiction, and then drama. But because we're a regional university, we're very interested in Caribbean literature and Caribbean culture. So we move into level 2 focused on those things, but we don't ignore other cultural dispensations, right? So we want to develop a global student, someone with a global focus. So we look at literature from across the globe in translation. And then in the final year, we kind of move into the contemporary forms. So fantasy, romance, science fiction, we look at those.
This is fascinating again, because in doing all of that, you're shaping the mind.
Yes.
You're also forming thought processes that are useful in so many other disciplines as well.
Yes, yes. So we want to talk about those kind of links to other disciplines. I was thinking about, there are 2 names that come to mind. Have you heard of Erna Broadborough? Or she's a Jamaican writer, or Kamau Brathwaite. Kamau Brathwaite is a really good example. He's our own. Kamau Brathwaite began as a historian, but he used his knowledge of history to help him write his poetry. Erna Broadborough, the name I just mentioned, I call her a Jamaican writer, but her first love is sociology.
Right.
And she moved into writing novels. So they're the kind of people that combine those disciplines. They used what they learned in other disciplines in literature and vice versa. So it's good to have that kind of ability to ask questions and develop stories that can help you and support you in other areas.
One's dexterity with language and capacity to be able to really effectively use language, is that a prerequisite?
No, it isn't. People think that, right? But you don't actually have to have that coming into literature. That's something you develop while you're in it, right? So we want to see that kind of transformation and growth. People who are not confident with the use of language, or they're not sure about what they know, we want to develop those skills in literature. So you don't have to have that as a prerequisite, no.
I like the link you made with sociology and history and so forth, because oftentimes you think, if you're studying literature, what will you be? Are you a lecturer?
Yes.
What is it? And so the scope is vast simply by the discipline of the study of literature.
Yes, it is. So for example, we have people who, when they leave the program, they go into editing, they go into content creation, they go into multimedia. So a lot of areas that lean heavily on writing and analysis, those are the kind of fields. Recently, we've had some graduates go into marketing and advertising. And I've spoken to colleagues in advertising who said the same thing. If you have that background in reading and critical understanding, it really helps in those fields.
So walk us through for a second. Is it, I can enter and do a diploma or a degree?
A degree, yeah.
Oh, so all of those will be available to anyone. At any level, you can enter.
You can enter and do a degree in literature, but I want to emphasize that you can come into the campus doing another discipline and take just a few courses in literature. You don't have to limit yourself to the main subject you're studying, because a lot of universities, the way they structure the degree program, you can do something called electives. Those are the courses outside of your major field of study. So let's say you come into the university and you're studying, let's say, psychology. Take 2 courses in literature. If you're studying chemistry, take a course in literature. If you're studying finance, take 1 or 2 courses in literature. That's the way in which you can involve literature, fold it into what you're currently studying.
And perhaps you find the next avenue that's available to you.
Yes.
and it can be so exciting that it can divert you from your main course.
You know what? I would think it supports it, not diverts it,
but
right?
because of the experience in doing so, in the study of literature in English, you know, you find that you're so passionate about it that you would want to do that instead. And because of what it offers.
Yeah, and then what I love about literature is there's no age limit on it.
Yeah.
So you can start out your career, your early career in doing one field, and then you can kind of use literature coming on to another stage of your career, or if you want to change careers. So it's something you can fall back on and you can always use no matter your age.
And so what you're doing, I think, is really exciting the current student or those potential students to know that all of this is possible.
Yes, it is.
Because you've signed up to do A, doesn't mean you do A alone, you can do A++++.
Correct.
And go on from there. And so explore. This whole week allows you to be able to explore the possibilities. What's real, because sometimes you just don't know. You get so caught up in your space
You do.
that you're not aware of the other options available to you. And one such option is the study of literature in English.
Yes.
And there's a reason why you say the study of literature is in English.
Right.
What is that reason? And why not study of literature in Spanish or French?
Oh, well, what we have is a department called Modern Languages. And so they focus on literatures in other languages, right? So, but what's really crucial about literatures in English is that we can study those literatures in translation. So we have some opportunities for doing that, but we don't really lean into that, but we're going to eventually. We say literatures in English, but it's kind of interesting how that came about, because we used to say English literature.
Yes.
Right? And that gives the impression that you're only studying literature from England or from Britain. But literature in English covers all those parts of the world that speak English. So obviously the Caribbean, for example. You know, they have the part of the Caribbean that uses English. We study literature from there, from New Zealand, from Scotland. And then you have, like I say, literature in translation. So if you get a text, let's say, coming out of Japan, and it's translated into English, we can study that.
Right. And the dialect, because, you know, each of us speaks in our native language, and sometimes literature from Jamaica uses the Jamaican dialect.
Yes.
Or Trinidad, for instance, even in Barbados.
Yes.
And so to be able to get beneath that, to understand better, and to inform your capacity to be able to understand, I think is actually fantastic as well. And that is what you also offer.
Yes. And we like the fact that we in the Faculty of Humanities, we also have a linguistics discipline called linguistics that covers that. So we have all these synergies across our departments and within our faculty.
But you got to get to know about it, folks. It's as simple as going to the website and checking it out and get to ask all the questions you want answered and get to know. And as soon as possible, you sign up and you'll be a part of it. But this evening at 5? At
5 p.m. in the Cynthia Wilson Arts Lecture Theatre. We're rounding up our faculty or open week with our poetry reading. So we have, can I talk about who's going to come there? So we have some of our current students who are in the program, who write as part of the program, performing. We have Jeremiah Toussaint, who I think is also performing later in another event on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, that name is familiar, right?
Very familiar. He sat right there, actually, as a matter of fact. Yes.
We have Kerry Belgrave, who is a winner from the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Committee. We have Margaret Gill, who is a wonderful social activist and who works in women's rights. And we have our own lecturers who are published writers.
Yes.
I'm going to give a plug for Dr. Deborah Providence and Dr. Jacinth Howard.
Wow, this is going to be quite an evening indeed.
Yes.
It starts at 5 in the Cynthia Wilson
Arts Lecture
Theatre.
Yes.
I want to thank you. I think you guys have done such a wonderful, wonderful week, allowing us to explore the faculty with you and to engage with the different departments and the different areas of study as well. And as I told you, I'm fascinated about the study of literature in English. So you may see me signing up.
I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm coming back for you, so you can be part of our program at Cave Hill.
I'm very slippery. So be careful indeed. But thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Nicola Hunt.
Yes.
She is a lecturer in literatures and English at the UWI Cave Hill campus in the Faculty of Humanities and Education. And I want to encourage all of you to sign up today. Now, which is the question? I have a question for you, by the way.
Okay, all right.
What's the question again, production crew? Let's see if Miss Madam can get this solved very quickly. Okay, I'll make one up then for you. If 2 wrongs If 2 wrongs don't make a right, what do 2 rights make?
A left.
If 2 wrongs don't make a right, what do 2 rights make? A left. That is so far wrong. But thank you so much for playing along with us.
All right.
All right. We're rocking your socks. Are you? Remember, take those pictures and send them to us by WhatsApp at 228-5562, or you can send them by email at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. I'm looking forward to sharing all of your beautiful socks with the rest of the world in just a moment. We're back in a bit.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet.
You know why?
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
An hour of inspiration, celebration, soulful praise, and uplifting messages that will refresh your soul and fill your heart with joy. Q Gospel, Sunday at 4 p.m. on Quality 100.7 FM radio, bringing you closer to the music, the message, and the ministry.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock on this Rock Your Socks Friday. Remember, we're standing in support of Down syndrome, and we want to continue to encourage you this morning as you prepare to head out the door, that you make sure you are wearing your colorful socks, a multicolored, be as creative as you want to be. You can mix, match. Each foot doesn't have to have on a matching pair. So get creative and remember to take your pictures. You can send them to us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb, or you can send them by WhatsApp 228-5562. Tag the Barbados Down Syndrome Association. Let's show the globe that Barbados stands in support of Down syndrome. And you know I'm passionate about this. I want you to be equally passionate, and I thank you for your support. But you know, there's a text going around on social media that speaks to the sparsity of blood available through the Barbados Blood Bank. We want to be able to share the truth of that with you now. Joining me to talk more about this and to respond is Dr. the Most Honorable Corey Ford. He is the Director of Clinical and Diagnostic Services at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Dr. Ford, good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us.
First time I'm interviewing with you, sir.
Yes, yes. And so let's talk a little bit about this note that's going around and what's the truth to it.
Yeah, well, I'll just get straight to the point. I'm just very direct. And I always believe, I'll tell you personally, one of the things I believe, anytime there's a criticism, deal with it, handle it. Don't hide anything, or you just come out and be honest, certainly with the public. And for this particular case, I just want to take a quick second to walk through so the public understands how blood work. So I'm not really responsible for blood bank, but I'm responsible for blood collected. So that's where everything starts, and I think the public needs to understand. So you go, you donate blood, for example. I know some Barbadians some things go out on social media, say, go and donate enough blood. But I want to caution people about how they do things, because it's important. When you donate blood, it's not there forever. It has a lifespan of 35 days. So if the person is going to need blood over a period of time, you have to be quite clever in how you get people to come in, right? It's a bank. So, if you put money in the ATM and you go back to take it out, you're not getting back the same $100 that you put in, but it's still $100 nevertheless. And then the next part of that is a whole process when you donate blood. So you donate blood, the blood gets tested, right? And after that gets tested, something else happens, which is called cross-matching. So you go to look to make sure that blood is going to be compatible with the blood that you're putting into that person. I think you need to start there to understand, how things work. So we said it's a bank, and if you take a loan from a bank, then it has to be repaid back in. So I said all of that to come to this particular point. So at their points during it, I remember I would say, this reminds me of COVID, for example, when I come here and say, there are 15 patients, and then by the time I go through the door, there are 40. Yes. So it's a moving instrument. But what I would say is at this point, certainly within our blood bank, we are above our minimum level. And it's a change in this. So we give blood to people for various situations. And then there are times where there may be an accident, or somebody might come in and have a liver laceration, or somebody may be bleeding, and then it consumes a lot. But then the blood moves through a process. So there's untested blood, and that untested blood then moves into tested blood, and then stocked once it's cross-matched for use. So I think people need to get a feel and understand that process. And I think there was something going about. I didn't really read it in detail, to be honest. It was just to be straightforward and say exactly what happened. So there was something about the unavailability of serology testing. What does that mean to every Barbadian? And look at you straight and tell you. In short, any blood sample, any blood that comes in that is donated, one of the things that goes through is a process of testing. So the test for HIV, the test for syphilis, the test for hepatitis B. You don't want to transfuse that to anybody. And you test for HTLV1, which is a very rare virus. Not very common here in Barbados, more common in Jamaica and Japan and some of these other areas. Right? I can speak on that, this infectious disease doctor. And the only challenge that there was our external partners, because we're doing lab remediation, signaled to us that they were going low on the HTLV kits, which is very rare in Barbados in any case. That does not mean you ran out. It means you're going low. But we were able to test for all the other serology tests. And I will tell the Barbadians this morning that there was never a break in that, because the kits of this HTLV1 virus are actually available to Barbados reference labs today, so they will continue to test it today. So there was never a breakage, certainly in that serology testing. So I'm not sure where that's from. And then there's this whole idea of something called platelets. I don't know if you know what they are, but platelets are those cells in your body. When you get cut, they kind of bond together and stop you from bleeding. Yes. Those are also collected, but those are not collected and stored almost like blood. Those are almost collected for most part, on you. So we're still able to do that. This shelf life is like 5 days, so you're not going to be collecting a whole set of them to waste. But I want to take the opportunity here, yes, to encourage Barbadians to donate blood. And I have been here in December. There are times where the bank will fall, and when the bank fall, we come out and call. I've been here in December. I've been here. I saw you around, but you were on with me at that time. And I think that was in March again, to ask Barbadians to come out to donate blood. But again, we need to do it in a really systematic way, understanding the shelf life is 35, and there are some people who will need to get it early in terms of at the early part of the donation, and there's some people who can get that blood later, like kids, and some of the people with some of the hemoglobinopathies, for example, they will need to get fresher blood. So it's a process. So I just want to dispel what's been going on. There are times, like I said, always be honest, right, where there will be a drop, but there's a surveillance process for that. So once it drops or gets even in a certain range of minimal balance, a flag goes out, which leads to a whole trigger of activities, which sometimes ends up with some of us being here. So I want to tell Barbados, I know what experiences people had, and I would always say that when people highlight things, it comes from, not always, people say it's they're being bad or wicked. They highlight it because of concern.
They have a concern.
And that's fine, right? And sometimes I don't think people do things because they're being malicious. I think they sometimes do it because they're concerned about something, and that's fine. And it's our job to come out and educate people, dispel any fears that people will have. And we're Barbadians, and I want to take. I spoke a lot, Pearson, to give you a chance to talk. But I'm very passionate about what I do. I know that I'm not responsible for this. I just really have to say this. And I think the things that we do sometimes, we do not understand. Again, I get a little bit philosophical, right? But sometimes when we do things, we do not understand the impact it has on other people, including the employees. And I can tell you, and I speak this morning from my heart, from my staff. And last night I left hospital close to 9, 10 o'clock. And I was walking through there. I said no, and I turned around, because it's my personality, and I went to where they were because I knew what happened. And I went to thank them and say, I thank you for your efforts. I know it's tough. I know you're going through a cleaning of the lab and things are not, not in a perfect place, but I want you to think towards the future. You're going to the land of Canaan, right? So just, I want to take the opportunity as well to encourage them. I know it's been difficult for them, and when these sort of things happen, it's kind of discouraging for them. I think people don't think about that as well, but I want to take the opportunity to encourage them along, and we'll keep the fight going for every single Barbadian. And I know that every single Barbadian there who's listening today, you can call the blood bank and find out, can I donate blood? When I can donate, when I can come. Don't all rush to go down. I explain. It was very important for me to explain why not to do that. Because if you have somebody in there and they need blood, and you send 50 people and they need blood 2 months later, you can't donate 2 to 3 months later, you just lost a whole cohort of people. Thank you.
And I appreciate the fact that you took the time to explain how it works.
Yeah.
Yours is a legacy institution providing service to Barbados, just like ours.
Yeah.
So I know people sometimes have perspectives based upon those legacy institutions. But just to reassure everyone that there is no challenge at the Barbados Blood Bank at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Blood is available. There's no shortage of blood. The reagents that they were talking about are on island. And so we want people to be assured that...
we made a special effort, Pearson. I know there was also something about nothing is being done. I really have to stick a pin in that. I know you have to go. We have to stick a pin in that one, because we work with our external providers. The minute they told us that, and we were able to get a diversion of kits to Barbados, and we work with our partners in St. Vincent to even get some of these to come over. They're arriving on Monday as well. And I will tell you, if you know me well, for during COVID, there's always a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, a plan E, a plan F.
The whole alphabet.
The whole alphabet. There must always be a plan to service the Barbadian public. And these are difficult times. I understand, this brings anxiety. I'm here to quell some of that anxiety, but to also encourage you to continue to support us in the medical system. Thank you.
Well said. Dr. the Most Honorable Corey Ford, just dispelling and clarifying and perhaps setting straight the record as it relates to that viral stuff that's been going around, and assuring all of us that there is sufficient stock of blood in the Barbados Blood Bank. Those concerns that were raised were merely temporary. They are now resolved, and so we want to rest assured that your loved ones will be serviced if the need arises. Thank you so much, Dr. Ford.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
You want to hear your question? You sure you want to hear this question? Sir, your question is, if two wrongs make a right, if two wrongs do not make a right, what do two rights make?
Two rights make a right.
A wrong. You are wrong. In other words.
Nobody's going to get this right this morning.
Are you sure? No, man. Somebody there's going to solve this. But thank you so very much indeed, Dr. Ford. We're coming back in just a moment.
Crazy.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
An hour of inspiration, celebration, soulful praise, and uplifting messages that will refresh your soul and fill your heart with joy. Q Gospel, Sunday at 4 p.m. on Quality 100.7 FM radio, bringing you closer to the music, the message, and the ministry. It's your Sunday moment of praise and purpose, where faith meets music.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
16 now to 7 o'clock. Remember, we're rocking your socks today. Have you sent your photograph yet? Have you taken the photograph yet? Have you done the video? Have you captured all of that? Have you sent it to us by WhatsApp at 228-5562? There's Peter rocking his socks and being creative. Socks in his pockets, socks on his head, socks on his feet. You can do all of that. You show your true support of this. We are standing in support of Down syndrome. It's a very, very worthy cause. And so I want to encourage you today to think before you step out and get it done indeed. Today's World Down Syndrome Day. This is what we're doing. This is, who's are these? Okay, but this is one set that was sent to us and we want to thank you. Oh, there are a lot, the pictures are coming through. Aren't these delightful? They're actually beautiful. Kevin has sent these, and so Kevin, we thank you very much for rocking your socks today. Remember, this is Gail. Gail, thank you so much for your socks as well. Remember, you can be as creative as you want to be. You don't have to wear the pair. You can wear one sock and another sock and just sock both feet and you're good to go. So thank you so much for sending those photographs and responding to us. Yes, sock both feet. Don't tell me. Yeah, I meant what I meant. I meant what I said. So one sock could be on one foot, another design can be on the other foot. Be creative. This is your day to truly show how solidly creative you are, standing in support of Down syndrome. And I'm wearing my shirt with huge amounts of pride, and I want you to wear your socks, rock them with loads of pride. I keep telling you, people of Down syndrome are so special. You cannot begin to imagine, and I'm not making this up because I have my experience with it. I live it every day, so I understand what it means. And so it says, I have the capacity to acknowledge it. I want you to have the capacity to acknowledge them, to love them, to allow them, and most of all, to include them. Give them the same opportunities that were given you. And so do not hide them away. They are not gimmicks to be placed on a shelf that you only bring out when the special people arrive. No. Allow children to be a part of regular society. The more people see, the more they have an understanding and an appreciation for, and it doesn't feel strange. So take those children out. Let them get out there and have fun with other children and with other people to be included. So your rocking your socks goes a long way, all right? Thank you. So continue sending us those photographs. All right, the BPW, and I'll tell you what that stands for, Barbados, are having a financial literacy, financial management workshop coming up. So joining me this morning, not rocking their socks, I've already chided them about it, is Marnie Hewitt, who is the president of the BPW Barbados, and she's brought along Marianne Burnham. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So that is a chastisement aside. You know,
that was wicked.
That's pure sin. So Marnie, talk to me a little bit about this upcoming seminar.
This is our 4th year for this seminar. We, BPW Barbados, our Business and Professional Women's Club, we are about equality, empowerment of women, social justice. So we plan programs over the years, since 1966. We've been planning programs, different programs to uplift women. And so this is one of our programs. We recognize that most people should know about money, but it's like a mystery. We don't tend to talk about money, especially if we're in debt. We don't tell anyone, so nobody can help us. So we came up with this program to help women, especially, and most women, we started out with women at the lower economic level, and most of them don't want to ask anyone because they're not sure who to ask, or if they do ask, they think that that person will talk down to them. They'll use jargon that they don't understand. So we came up with a program and brought presenters who would be able to teach at that level that they will be able to comprehend.
We've
So
often heard,
Marianne will talk about the program, the presenters.
we've often heard that women are great economists.
Yes,
so it's
they
interesting
are.
to hear that you're saying to us, but women do still need help.
Yeah, you still need help, even though you're running the household. Sometimes it's good to find out more about, say, higher purchase or things that you shouldn't buy, savings. How do you save? How do you actually make up that budget? And then get enough money to save and finally down the road to invest.
Marianne, Mornin says you're going to tell me all about it. It's good to see you and good to meet you for the first time.
Okay.
And so talk to me a little bit about this. It's a 7-day seminar, isn't it?
No, it's an 8-week seminar.
8
And
weeks.
we are going to be offering it every Tuesday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. starting next Tuesday, which is the 25th of March. So we'll be offering it for the next few weeks. So you come in, do up your dinner and everything and log on with us online. And so it's an 8-week program. We are going to be doing different topics like knowing and controlling your money and budgeting, being done by Miss Joanne Jordan, who's a retired lecturer from Barbados Community College. We have savings being done by Oriel Doyle, who is a leader from the credit union environment.
Yes.
We'll be looking at debt. We'll be looking at mortgage and home ownership. Rental agreements. We're going to be looking at passing on property. That is a big part of our lives right now. And our highlight event, it comes at the end of the 8 weeks, where we have the last 2 sessions will be a face-to-face in-person event. And our final event will feature special guest speaker, Dr. Kevin Greenwich, who's the governor of the central bank, who's agreed to share his expertise with us. And we'll be focusing on local investing 101. That's not the area that I don't think the average person has a lot of key information in, so he'll be sharing insight and information there. So we want to encourage people to get online and register. You can go to bpwbarbados.org/money-management to find the registration sheet, or find BPW on Facebook. You can register there, but in order to attend that final session with the governor of the central bank, we want you to attend at least 4 online sessions and come and share your information with us, come and listen with us as well. So that is basically it for the financial program.
Let me also say that the last 3, we only offered 6 weeks online, but this year, the government,
2 extra weeks.
yes, the government has offered us a new subvention for our work with the community and at the grassroots level. So we placed that money in this course and decided to have those 2 courses that we will be face-to-face. And luckily, Mr. Greenwich accepted our invitation. So,
He loves to impart knowledge.
Yes.
And so registration, is it free or do I have to pay
it's free. It's free. None
free.
of our programs are ever costs. We always have free programs for women.
Right, to empower, to educate, to encourage. That's the business of BPW Barbados. We may be known for running the shelter for battered women, but our general business is women's empowerment. So we try to lift the women from one level to the next. Can men attend this program? Well,
do you know that's my question? Yes.
Well, it's really focused on women, but we did have a couple men knocking on our doors for the last couple of years, and we said, okay.
They actually chastised me, told me I'm discriminating. I told them that our name says women in the title.
Yes. So our focus is the woman, and women are empowered, whole nations are empowered. But I guess we will make an exception and accept the 1 or 2 males that want to attend. But it is really a women's program, but males are welcome to come, and we're online.
I can't tell men not to come because I can't know who is online, but it's really for women.
It's really for women, yes,
really
and it's absolutely free.
Yes.
It's over 8 weeks. Looking at a whole range of critical subject areas, and so we put up the poster on the screen a moment ago so that you can see what's happening one day on each. It's every Tuesday. There's on your screen.
Right.
Phenomenal presentations each week from 7 until 9. There's a couple hours of your day every Tuesday. On next week Tuesday, we're looking at living, knowing, and controlling your money. So, and sometimes having that relationship with money, I think that's what you're talking about here.
Yes.
So if you know it, how do you control it and not become overwhelmed by it to the point where you abuse it? And so that's one of the subject areas. And
Or
then
it just fly out of your wallet or your purse and you don't know where it went.
I have no clue.
You break $100 and that's it. You're looking and you don't have any more and you say, where did the money go?
And then because we also assume it's going to come next month or next 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. And that does not help you at all.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't help you. So just to know what money is helps you to be able to control
and
your
budgeting.
use of it. And so budgeting helps with that as well.
Yes, that's key. That's a key part. How to organize your money, how to spend that $100 you have, where to allocate it. Savings is a big part of it because several people operate. They say, you know, I don't have enough money, I don't save. But even if you save 5 cents, it is saving and it makes a difference. So we want to focus on that and show people the different ways that they can save.
You know what I do? I can't stand the sight of a $2 bill. Forgive
So you
me.
save it.
Yes.
So you put it as soon as
before
you have
know
one.
it, and those here know that I don't like coins either in my pocket. So
Save them.
coins and $2 bills.
Save them.
will
That's-
part of
put
the effort.
aside.
You
That's,
put aside.
your, that's your Christmas money.
Right? Because then it adds
But it
up.
starts the habit, correct. It starts the habit and it gets you going. So you can set yourself that as simple as that is, or as simple as that sounds, that is the beginning of a habit.
Right.
And so if you're conscious enough and consistent enough, you will see the benefits. And I'm sure that's one of the things that might very well be taught at one of those sessions that when it comes to saving.
And starting your saving with children as well.
Yeah,
Getting your
teaching them.
babies into putting aside their coins and their $2 for the future. So that is a big part of it. Another big part of it is debt.
That's the one that I
You're looking forward to.
because so many people are in debt and they don't understand the debt that they're in. They don't understand that credit cards have a high interest rate. They don't understand higher purchase. So and then
Payday
they pay the
loans.
minimum. Yes, they pay the minimum, so they never get out of debt. So that's a key one.
I love to see-
And that crop over loan that you get to jump, why do you need that? You need
wanted
to
to
ask
jump. He
yourself
wanted to
some
jump.
questions.
So-
Is it that important? Is there
That's
may
right.
be other things more important?
Priorities.
Yes, priorities. Yes.
And again, I'm sure that those kinds of things will come up in the discussions. Just 2 hours every Tuesday, starting next Tuesday, this Tuesday coming. And so we want you to be a part of it all. We're talking about building new habits that are meaningful, sustainable, and that you can share with the relatives as well. Because you're quite right, Marianne, in helping the children to understand the value of the discipline of saving and how you and respecting money, because a lot of us have a huge disrespect for money because we expect it's going to fall off the tree tomorrow.
Or we're frightened of it.
Yeah.
So if the children know about it, you know, from early and they know how to save and they know how to manage money, it grows with them. That knowledge continues to support their growth and they can make better decisions when they are income earners.
Listen, my 2 godsons, right? They know me so well. So one would go, Uncle, I have a question. I know what that means. Uncle, can we? You know? And I'd say, okay, fine. How much money do you have? You know, so that, and so it encourages him. He's been doing it so well. I'm amazed at how much money he has. Really, you know, he saves like a hawk because he knows what he wants, and he knows the value of it, and so he saves towards it. And I'm so thrilled by the exercise in doing so. You teach them how to read prices on the shelves. Everything has a value, everything has a cost, and so you must be able to do so. So I would want to encourage the ladies to really jump in on this. It's free, absolutely free, but you need to register as soon as possible. And because it's online, there's no real capacity.
No.
So a number of people can come and join.
And then, you know, if you attend at least 4 sessions, you're welcome to come to our last 2 sessions, the in-person sessions, with the last one being done by the governor of the central bank.
Because
He's
lots
gonna
of
be with
people
us live.
want to know how to leave this small little chattel house or this small piece of land to
Passing
the
on
family.
properties.
So,
Passing on
wills, things like that.
As a matter of fact, that was a part of discussion in the House of Assembly this week. I think it is. Yeah, we're talking part of the budget, talking about providing the vehicle for people to gift parcels of land or property to someone else by way of deeds of gift, those kinds of things. So that is a critical part of discussion that needs to happen as well.
And does the average person have that information? So that is very important.
Yeah. My team knows I can't read lips. I just can't read lips. But
I found that during the last 3 sessions, people would call me and say, I went to the supermarket and there at the front were the chocolates, and I went to take up the chocolates, and the voice in my head, the presenter voice, said, "Is that a want or a need?" And straight away they put the chocolate
Discipline.
Discipline, because they're beginning to learn how to, avoid these things.
So persons can register online, or they can call us, 269-4420, Marlene's number, or 269-6183, my number.
And they can so fast.
269-4420. Or 269-6183, or you register online, find us on Facebook or bpwbarbados.org/money-management. You can register online, give us a call, ask any questions, but we invite you to join us next Tuesday from 7 p.m. And we have to remind everybody to register each week for each session.
Okay. So registration has to, fine.
Yeah, we're keeping track.
Yes. I got you. It's all on Zoom. So ladies, it's for you. You have such an opportunity that most of us guys don't get. Don't squander this opportunity. Grab hold of this opportunity, because the information shared in this opportunity is of huge benefit to you. And then, of course, as women are, they nurture to tell the children, to share it with everyone else. So be the conduit for change indeed. And thank you so much. The Business and Professional Women's Club Barbados, they're putting this on, is a financial management workshop over 8 weeks. Online for the first 6 weeks, in person for the latter 2 weeks, and it's good. I want to encourage you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Marlene and Marianne, I have a question for you.
I was solved the other one,
Which one?
The eggs.
What's the answer?
It was 0.
Why?
Because once you put in an egg, your stomach is no longer empty.
You heard the answer.
No, before then, I actually solved it. And I'm very bad at riddles.
Really?
Very, very bad. But that one, I thought, Marlene, think opposite to what you would normally do.
You're so right on that one. Well done. So the question now is, if 2 wrongs do not make a right, what do 2 rights make? That is so obvious.
Not a wrong.
Wrong.
I told you.
If 2 wrongs don't make a right, if 2 wrongs don't make a right, what do 2 rights make?
A right angle?
No. I thought it was, I didn't give emphasis so that you could get it.
I told you I was bad at that.
Yes, you're right on that one. Thank you so much. You did all the best with the upcoming financial seminars, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
An hour of inspiration, celebration, soulful praise, and uplifting messages that will refresh your soul and fill your heart with joy. Q Gospel, Sunday at 4 p.m. on Quality 100.7 FM radio, bringing you closer to the music, the message, and the ministry. It's your Sunday moment of praise and purpose, where faith meets music. Q Gospel, Sunday at 4 p.m. on Q 100.7 FM.
Welcome to Nature's Discount.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 1.5 minutes after 7. Let's take a look at some news now. Permanent representative of Barbados to the Organization of American States, Ambassador Victor Fernandes, has rubbished claims that there are scores of Barbadians among thousands of CARICOM citizens detained by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Ambassador Fernandes, who is based in the Embassy of Barbados in Washington, is setting the record straight as President Donald Trump's new regime embarks on raids to round up illegal immigrants in the U.S.
Obviously, there are changes taking place in Washington and across the world, and those changes impact on us. One of the difficulties that you face on a daily basis is separating fiction from fact. So everybody would have heard that there are 151 Barbadians, for example, in detention. That's not true. If I told you it's not even in double digits, and that is the fact, then you begin to understand, right? So sometimes the hyperbole and all of the excitement around some of the charges and the allegations about these things, and we can't treat it as if it is fact, but also you can't disregard it. So we have to investigate it, interrogate it, and make sure that we have the facts.
Ambassador Fernandez assuring Barbadians that amidst international developments, Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley continues to grasp the attention of those on the global stage as she represents their interests.
Whether it was at the IMF, IFC, IDB, World Bank, the reception that our Prime Minister got wherever she went, it was just like a rock star. Even the leadership of these organizations, all of the top executives, they're all lined off there. And when she comes in, it's like, you know, the energy in the room, the speaking engagements, all of the halls are packed to capacity. When she's leaving these places, you have people lining up in the corridors. They just want to reach out and shake her hand or ask for a photograph and so on. It really is a phenomenal thing. And a very humbling kind of experience to think that your leader from a very small country has this tremendous global impact.
Ambassador Fernandez shared the update on the state of affairs during a lunch meeting and presentation of a donation to the Rotary Fund for the Schoolhouse for Special Needs. He says the money being donated to the Rotary Fund was raised during an event hosted by the Embassy of Barbados in Washington.
We invite ambassadors and so on, but we needed to do something that would be lasting. And we came up with the idea of a silent auction. And I have two payments that are still outstanding, but those are guaranteed. And on the night, we raised some money, and we had a discussion as to where the money was going. And I, obviously, as the new ambassador, they gave me some leeway. And I thought of Schoolhouse for Special Needs. And so we have in hand 5,700 US in checks. These are good checks, by the way. But it'll come up to about 6,000 US, so 12,000 Barbados dollars.
Over 70 roads have been repaired under government's Mill and Pave program. Deputy Prime Minister Cynthia Bradshaw says a number of smaller contractors have been introduced in an effort to assist with some of the smaller roads, while allowing the larger companies to do the milling or paving. She was speaking during a recent tour of the ongoing roadworks projects in St. Michael, where repairs have been completed on 29 roads.
The improvement for the residents, I think, can't be overstated enough. They are happy about the fact that, you know, these long neglected roads finally are seeing some love being brought into their communities. I am in talking to the residents. A lot of the elderly people are very appreciative of the work that the contractors have been doing to accommodate them getting in and out of their houses. We have seen improvements in terms of drainage. Many of these communities suffer from challenges in relation to flooding. So again, it makes it difficult for people to get out of their houses, whether on foot or in their cars. And the general improvement, I think, is to make Barbadians breathe a little bit easier.
Ms. Bradshaw says to date about 6 roads have been completed since the start of the project in January. She says officials are systematically going across the country and assessing while prioritizing the work that needs to be completed, in addition to addressing major complaints and concerns of residents. Some of those issues include flooding, sidewalks, and access.
We have about 15 that are ongoing and another 7 roads that are going to start once those other 15 have been completed. The intention is that there are another 29 roads that we have identified in the rural corridor as well, where we will be looking to have those assessments completed, where you will start to see another aggression of roadworks taking place in residential areas across the rural parishes very shortly.
The National Organization of Women is applauding government's move to create more opportunities for women to join the ranks of the Barbados Police Service. It's being done as part of a major expansion project at the Regional Police Training Center. President Melissa Savory Gittins tells CBC News that the organization fully supports the construction of 2 new dormitories at the Sewell Christchurch facility, one of which will accommodate 30 female recruits per cohort.
For nearly a decade now, and the Business and Professional Women's Club and all of our other affiliates, we have advocated for this change without resolution. Well, we welcome the progress, though it is very disheartening that action only came after directive from the Prime Minister. I want everybody to know that advocacy plays a vital role in amplifying underrepresented voices. Their concerns must continually be taken seriously and addressed promptly at the highest levels of decision-making in this country.
Now to sports. BSAC, as a matter of fact, double-crowned BSAC champions Combermere are leading in both the boys and the girls after day 1 of the Esther Maynard and Shane Brathwaite zone at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. The Waterford School tallied 257 points in the girls, with the Allen School second on 203 and Springer Memorial third on 186.5. In the boys, Combermere have 217 points, with Christchurch Foundation in second on 191.5 and the Allen School third on 171. Anmar Goodrich Boyce reports.
Let's see what defending champions Combermere have been cooking up over in Waterford for day 1 of the Esther Maynard and Shane Brathwaite zone. Under 17 girls 1500 meter is where we begin our coverage. Just about 50 meters left. Janicia Bryant trying to hold on, but it was her teammate Taryn Sutherland who surged ahead on the line to win in 5 minutes 24.84. Bryant was second, 5 minutes 24.93 for a 1-2 finish for Combermere, with Christchurch Foundation's Victoria Bourne third, 5 minutes 27.03. Heading over to the 100-meter sprints now, under 17 girls, section 3. And this is where Alexis Maskell of Leicester Vaughan was shearing licks like peas, winning easily in lane number 2 in a time of 12.70. Foundation took second thanks to Azaria Bourne, 13.03. To the under 17 boys up next, and there was no doubt about the winner. Combermere's Darian Belgrave like a plane, 11.38 seconds for victory. Under 20 girls followed, and from the gun, Springer's Romancia Wiltshire had a lightning start and took this race by the storm, edging Combermere's Alika Herwood in 12.48. Herwood was timed at 12.51, and Aline Sheila Clark third, 12.51. Section 2 of the under 20 girls 100 meter. This name might still be ringing in the ears of her opponents. Clear the way for Anaya Nurse, who delivered the winning medicine for the Allen School, 12.05. Soraya Nichols of Springer was second, 12.56, and Combermere Zaria Gittins third, 12.65. Final race on our highlight reel, section 2 of the under 20 boys 100 meter. Eyes on lane number 6. No Aragon Straker this year, no problem. Combermere have got this young man, Tion Haynes, clocking 11.21. Kevion Newton of Foundation came second, 11.33, and Jaheim Griffith of Allen third, 11.56. Anmar Goodrich Boyce, CBC Sports.
Thank you, Anmar. Of course, on TV8 today, more action from BSAC 2025. So continue watching us here at CBC TV8 as we'll take in all of the action of this year's BSAC Championships. Morning Barbados comes back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
13.5 minutes now after 7 o'clock. Remember, today is the day on which we are rocking our socks. Every year on the 21st of March is World Down Syndrome Day. And so I support Down syndrome. Do you too? If you do, send us your socks. Oh, look at this. Isn't this delightful? Thank you so much, sir, for rocking your socks as well. You're outside proudly wearing your socks, showing to the whole world how you support indeed. And even that's the idea. Look at that. 2 people, and they've switched around their socks. I love it indeed. So there you go. Keep taking your pictures and sending them to us by email or by WhatsApp. If you're sending by WhatsApp, it's 228-5562 or 2285. Yeah, that's the number to WhatsApp. This is Patricia Ben. Pat Ben. Look at you, girl. Well done, Pat. Thank you very much for rocking your socks. Now we get to see who you are below your knees. But thank you, Patricia Ben, Pat Ben. Indeed, good morning, and thank you for rocking your socks. Good, thank you. And more socks are coming through. Remember, send them by email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, or you can send them by WhatsApp to 228-5562. Auntie Faye, one of my early morning wall crawling crew. Good morning to Auntie Faye. Thank you for rocking your socks as well. You're wearing them proudly. Remember, hit the streets. Hit the streets. Hit the streets. And as you're doing this as well, tag the Barbados Down Syndrome Association as well, because as I keep telling you, we want to amplify our support of Down syndrome. Indeed, I support Down syndrome. You too. And we thank you for rocking your socks. Continue sending those photographs to us. We can't wait to share them with our audience as well. So we're 15 minutes now after 7 o'clock. And the Bridgetown International Arts Festival is looking forward to inviting you all into the Queen's Park Gallery. I think that's where it is. Yes, the Queen's Park Gallery for one mic only. I just love the title right there, right away. And one of those people representing Barbados, because yesterday we met Trinidad and Bahamas while we were meeting Barbados. She is so good. I don't even know how to describe her really than just excellent. Cindy Celeste. Good morning to you, Cindy.
Good morning, Pearson. How are you
Good to see you again. Oh, well, how are you doing?
I'm actually awake this time.
yes, indeed. But good to see you again for real.
Good to see
and
you
so,
too.
upcoming
Yes, please.
is one mic only.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk first about spoken word.
Mm-hmm.
I know the last time we met, you and generally as we observe you, you speak from a place of comfort. It's the place that you know best,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to deliver in such a way that is truly convincing because it's authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is? Have I interpreted it correctly?
I think you've hit the nail on the head. Adrian Green has been one of my mentors for the longest time, and he always says spoken word is the art of being yourself on the stage. So you've definitely hit it on the head, Pearson.
Thank you very much for telling me that. Just making my spirit feel good. All right, so here we have one mic only. When is it?
It's tomorrow evening, the 22nd of April. Today is World Poetry Day, so happy World Poetry Day to all those watching and to you, Pearson.
Thank you.
I did this Orators Experience in the Bridgetown International Arts Festival, which is dedicated to all those performers who are within the oral tradition. So spoken word, theatre, storytelling especially. And One Mic Only is a space that allows for all of those stories to come to life, all of those stories to have the space, to have an audience. And it's really about the art, the kind of art that uplifts, that moves you without weighing you down.
And so, Cindy, you know, here it is. You've traveled the world based on this.
Yes.
Did you ever think, before you even started to do it, that the opportunities would flow in the way they do from just simply spoken word?
I had no idea that when I wrote the first poem in math class,
in math class, as a matter of fact.
math class, in a CSE math class, no less, in 5th form, I wrote a whole poem about being very frustrated with studying.
Wow.
But no, I had no idea that this is where it would take me, and I'm very, very thankful to Culture and Arts for Love and Living for curating the Bridgetown International Arts Festival and for giving me the opportunity to, this is my first time as the coordinator of the Orators Experience, so I had no idea that all of these beautiful opportunities would come my way, but I'm so, so grateful.
So as coordinator of the Orator Arts Experience, talk to me a little bit what you had to do.
Oh, I really tried to balance the experience of Barbadian culture, so our local culture, as those who practice within the oral tradition, but also to give a space for cross-cultural exchange and collaboration. So we have artists, as you said, who are coming from Trinidad, who are coming from the Bahamas, also who are coming from St. Lucia, and all of those people gather together in one space to commune within the oral tradition in this art form. So I wanted to create an experience that balanced the opportunity to perform and to display your talent, but with opportunities to collaborate, to develop, and to just enjoy the landscape of Barbados.
In Queen's Park Gallery tomorrow, what time?
It's at 7 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Not bony, sharp.
Sharp at 7 tomorrow, we're starting in the Queen's Park Gallery.
Yes, please.
And so we're hearing the work of those folks from those locations you mentioned, the Bahamas, St. Lucia, Trinidad, Barbados, naturally.
Of course.
And so as it goes, I suppose it's spreading across the region. Over time, we shall have a real regional CARICOM appeal to this.
Yes, and the Bridgetown International Arts Festival has been running since 2020. This is its 5th year of operation, but it's the first time we've gotten to do a dedicated Orators Experience. We've grown from doing a one-day show to doing a month of activities where we have these developmental opportunities. So the beginning of this month, we had workshops that were talking about the business side of arts and who entertains the artists, and then we're coming down to the opportunities to actually display and to actually commune with other people. It's one of the biggest parts of the spirit of the Bridgetown International Arts Festival is to bring people together, is to curate the kind of cultural spaces that really encourage that kind of connection.
How do you feel about what you see perhaps is the growth of the Barbadian appetite for these kinds of cultural experience?
I think Barbados is on the brink of this resurgence of art. I think it's a renaissance that I'm so glad to be a part of. I watched a part of it start when I was going to the NIFCA Gala and watching Adrian Green and DJ Simmons and all of the best that Barbados has to offer. And I think that this is another step within that renaissance where the Barbadian public is getting excited to have these different immersive experiences. That's not necessarily just music, that's not necessarily just one thing, but where all of these arts come together and really create something new.
Wow. I'm trembling with excitement and passion, honestly, because I'm feeling it by what you're saying. And you're clearly quite articulate about it as well, because again, you are authentic in what you believe. And that's the beauty of what you're expressing to all of us. And that's a good reason for us to be in the Queen's Park Gallery tomorrow at 7 sharp.
It's the best reason.
It's the best reason to be there at 7 sharp. Now, from the locations, okay, good. The posters right there. Are these the faces of the people who are coming?
These are some of the faces of the people who are coming.
So
yes,
how many
we
people?
have, I want to say we have 9 acts from Barbados and 4 acts from overseas. But I also don't want to misspeak.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 9 and 4 makes 13?
Yeah. So let's just round it up to a nice even 15 for safety. But it's about, it's about 15 acts.
And each person will be speaking.
Yes,
They'll be
please.
sharing their work
Yes.
with us as well. And I can imagine, because, and I was saying to the ladies when I met them earlier, the pieces sometimes can make us uncomfortable. And that's all right.
That's all right.
So if you're sitting in the audience and you feel uncomfortable with it, that's all right. Know that there's perhaps someone next to you who has the salve that you need to be able to comfort you somewhat. But if you're also listening to it and you feel inspired to do something about it, then Call Barbados can help.
Yep.
How can we help? If I sit there and think, I could do that, just like how you in math. I thought, I'm so fed up with studying, let me write this. Help that student, that young person today who is saying, I like Cindy Les, I see what she does, I want to do what Cindy Les is doing and perhaps better her, but I don't know how to get my foot in the door. What do you say?
So the entire idea behind One Mic Only is, what message would you share? What story would you tell if you only had one chance to tell the world, right? And so I think what Call Barbados does really, really well is create these spaces for those kinds of dialogues to happen, for those kinds of discourses to begin to spark that inspiration for other people, to spark that call to action to do something about it, to be able to say, you know what, I have something that I want to share too, and maybe there is a space for me to do that. That's what Call Barbados does so, so well.
You know, once upon a time, spoken word was like an underground movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, is these weird people in these little spaces doing what they want to do.
Just open mics in a little hole in the wall.
Yeah, but suddenly, it's almost like the twinkling of an eye. It's become quite public. It's almost a
huge
demand that we want on our shows.
And again, like, this is the renaissance that is happening.
Yes.
That there's so many, and I'm blessed to be a part of like the generation of younger poets that kind of started it.
Yes.
So it's very, very exciting to see that so many spoken word artists are emerging from the underground and saying, I want to do something next. I want to do the next big thing.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Is it free?
It's not free.
So how do we get inside? So I don't want to turn me and be embarrassed tomorrow evening.
That's
Yes.
perfectly fine. You pay at the door. The admission cost is $30, and you come and have a grand old time.
I think that's extremely affordable. Very, very affordable indeed.
That's another thing that we're very, very passionate about, is that art should be accessible. This kind of art should be accessible. It can't always necessarily be the high price show. Sometimes it's great to have these spaces where we can have something that's fair to the public, but also fair to the performers.
Well said, Cindy.
Thank
I
you.
like that. I like that argument. Fair to the public, but also fair to the performers. Because I mean, it's their talent, it's their craft, and like everything else, there's a value to it.
Oh yeah.
So we have to respect that value. So it's $30 to get in the door. You can pay at the door. If I wanted to get before, or you only pay at the door?
It's only pay at the door.
Okay, pay at the door. Come with your $30 straight, because the float is only so limited. So come and pay at the door $30, and you're getting at least 15 outstanding people who will walk up to the mic, because they have one mic only to tell their story. And I think at the end of it all, you'll not just be enlightened and entertained, but you will see all the potential, all the possibility for what's different and what's fantastic as well. So Cindy, I want to thank you. I know my production crew was saying something in my ear, but I can't hear while talking at the same time.
No problem.
Oh, Davney Ellis is one of those who will be there. I know he's passionate about that as well.
Oh, I miss seeing Davney on stage. I'm so glad that he decided to come back.
So if you miss seeing Davney on the stage as well tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, Queen's Park Gallery. Queen's Park Gallery tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock tomorrow at Queen's Park Gallery. There's so many ways to say it, but I want you to get it indeed. $30 you pay at the door, and you're in there. You're in for a grand time indeed. Today is World Poetry Day, and so we celebrate you, Cindy Celeste, as well.
You.
And I want to wish you the very best. Thank you for curating all of this and bringing these fantastic, talented people together to share one message.
It's an absolute honor.
You know, we had We Are the World, and we had all these voices together singing one song, basically. Would we have an opportunity over time, you think, to have all of these spoken word artists that come to...
I think we should. That sounds like a fantastic idea.
I leave that with you. I leave that with you. So well done. It's almost like a 100 voice project. So take it up, Cindy.
I will.
I remember where you got it from, eh?
Yes, of course, of course. Credit always.
I have a question for you. I want to see if your mind can take you left.
Oh,
there.
dear.
If two wrongs make a right, what do two rights make? She starts to laugh. She starts to laugh. That is not an answer.
I'm trying to see if I'm this awake.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Is it an airplane?
Cindy, give me your working.
My working? Okay, so you said repeat it for me.
If two wrongs do not make a right,
right,
what do two rights make?
Two Wright brothers make an airplane.
Where you got that from?
Is that not the answer?
You tell. I will answer you, but
it's in here. It's in here.
Fair enough. Cindy, you're absolutely right. That's why I was placing the emphasis.
I'm not a
on
right
what
brother,
do
though.
No.
I'm not a right brother, though.
You'll be a
I'm
right
right,
sister.
but
She's a right sister.
I mean, I'm not good at the science.
Well done indeed. She's right. What do two rights make?
rights.
And I was deliberately silly. That's so that it will trigger for you. But Cindy got it. The Wright brothers, they're the ones who invented the airplane. And they live to tell the tale. Would you imagine that? You can imagine getting the first airplane. Okay, run, push, and hope that it fly. And then you landed, crashed.
I can't imagine. I was looking at like older pictures of airplanes, and they basically had like lounge chairs. I was like, I'm kind of glad I'm born in the 20th century.
You go. I'm like Cindy, so I'm glad I was born in this century as well. Thank you, Cindy, so much indeed.
Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
having me.
All right, that question done now. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the community.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 and a half minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. It is Friday, which makes it for us Parish Fridays. And you know the parish of this month, it is the parish of St. Thomas. This is the month of March, and so in March we are celebrating in a very significant way with nature. We're connecting truly indeed with it. And so the folks in St. Thomas want you to come and connect with them as well. All month long, that's all we've been doing. And you know what? They've been doing it really well. And so we want to continue to celebrate with them, continue to encourage you to celebrate with them and with us as well, all that's been happening in the parish of St. Thomas. So joining me this morning as we continue to update you on what else is coming is Petra Harvey. She is Ramsey, Petra Ramsey.
Yes.
Where are you Harvey from?
I don't know, Ramsey Rolla.
I just renamed you, I apologize.
That's no problem.
Your husband will be so upset with me, I'll tell you. And that's her, we know him, dog, Akeem Chandler. Good morning, Akeem.
Yes, good morning, Barbados. Good morning,
to see you as well. And congratulations, World Poetry Day.
Yes, it's already today. Yes.
So it's like a birthday to him, of course.
Pretty much.
And you know the other man on the other end? Senator Sean King, who leads the Secretariat, is pulling all of this together for Regathering 2025. It's a whole year. And so month by month and on month, we are reaching out to all the parishes and we're getting involved. And we've been telling you all year long so far to come along home and celebrate, not just with your parish alone, but with all of the parishes and all of the festivities and activities. And so in March, we're in St. Thomas. So, Petra.
Yes.
Where are we now? Today is the 21st.
Yes, it is.
What's happening today?
Okay, so today, as you know, it's World Poetry Day. And today is an easy evening for us. We have an event this evening, which is, we're looking forward to that, such as the World Poetry event, which is at 7 p.m. Akeem will go in a bit more to that. Also, we have an event at the District D Police Station, where we'll be hearing the lovely songs of the Barbados band. To me, one of the sweetest bands in the world, not just... Or the correction, the sweetest. The sweetest, the sweetest. And then we go over, of course, till tomorrow, which is the cricket match in the heart of Barbados, where we have St. Thomas 11 versus CICS 11, and that's at the Bridgefield Pavilion and Pasture. It's a night match. So after work, you come on over.
Under the lights.
Yeah, under the lights.
Sweet.
Yeah, and that it doesn't end there, Pearson. On Sunday, we have a bus tour, which takes you through the scenic St. Thomas, different gems, places that you don't think really exist. So we're taking on a 4-hour drive, and I was told recently it's not a bus ride, call it an excursion.
Nice.
So we actually have a Rockland bus, so that's just the tip of the iceberg of what will be happening this weekend.
Have you ever driven in a Rockland bus?
Actually, this would be my first ride.
You make a sport, girl. That is an experience never to be forgotten.
This is my first ride.
Especially if you said the edge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you. I know.
So you're telling me to sit on the edge then on Sunday?
Okay. Don't sit in the middle.
All right. I'll do it.
You see how I have my elbow here? Rock, girl. Hold
I'll
up.
come back and tell you about that.
The free breeze.
I'll come back and tell you about that experience.
But you know, when we had excursions, we had that greasy pudding. I just loved the pudding and the smell of the gravy and those kinds of things. Is that also encouraged?
No, we have some healthy snacks on this bus ride. I'm not going to get in trouble. You know, we have some drinks, we have some fruit and stuff, and some snacks. So not the pudding, the sauce.
Fair enough. A man could ask.
Yeah, indeed.
So for the excursion, though, do we need to pay?
Yes, and tickets, adults, $40. Children 12 and over, $15. Tickets are going quickly. You know, we have limited space. We actually have one of the Rockland buses there. It's absolutely full. So if you want your tickets, you can reach out to us, 232-7208. And you can there's still some space, but it promises to be an exciting event, 4 hours of fun. You know, maybe you'll see someone that you haven't seen, and we're bringing together communities and different groups. You know, recently someone called, I want 5 tickets. So because they heard about the Rockland bus and the experience, you know, we often hear about Harson's Cave and Welch Mahal Gully, but this trip we're taking you into like some scenic routes, Highland and other places that persons wouldn't have touched. So come out Sunday afternoon after you've had your Sunday lunch, or if you went to church, or just looking for, you know, relaxing evening. You can come out, and we're leaving the walk at 2 p.m.
The walk?
Yeah, the walk, Welch's.
I know, I know. All right, so 232-7208.
Correct.
If you need to get your secure ticket as soon as possible, as fast as possible. Remember, the Rockland bus is already sold out, but there are other buses, for up-to-date modern buses. So we want to encourage you to be a part of that. That's and you know that's the catch, because the symbols, the symbols, the gospel songs that we sang. I'm aging myself, right? Yeah. And it's still
so they told me call it an excursion, not a scenic.
Yes, so an excursion is a totally different experience from a bus ride. Yeah. Totally different experience.
So we're looking to have that.
That's sweet.
On Sunday.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
So today, I know there's a school quiz competition on.
Well, we had to reschedule that. So, but that's still happening next Friday, the 28th. Yeah. So, you know, things happen beyond our control, but we said, hey, we promised the children, so we're still going to slate it in for the 28th at 10 a.m. at the Holy Innocents Primary School. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. The police concert is this evening, what, 9 o'clock?
9 until 11, the Civic Center, otherwise known as District D Police Station.
I know where it is. I got lost and I found it.
Yeah, so that's at 9, and then Akeem is here. He'll tell you a bit more about
Akeem, not walking it backward in that kind of way.
So they start at 7 this evening.
But Akeem, yes, you start at 7, but I know we've been telling everybody, get down the road to St. Thomas Parish Church.
Yes. So tonight, World Poetry Day, we're in Rock Freedom Village. The show starts at 7, but we want y'all there by 6 o'clock. park at the St. Thomas Parish Church, and we got a lovely shuttle that will bring you into the venue.
Yeah.
When 6:45 come, we are shutting off the entrance to Rock Hall, so no traffic will be coming in. You can still walk in, but you want to get by the St. Thomas Parish Church by 6 o'clock, and we have shuttles leaving and coming back right up to 6:45, bringing you into the venue for the Rock Hall Freedom Village World Poetry Day celebration. And as I say, today's Poets Day, today's birthdays for all poets.
Yeah.
If you see a poet, buy their book, buy their album, buy them around if there's and that kind of stuff. Today's the day for the poets. Celebrate your favorite poet. If you don't got a favorite poet, today's the day to find out about poets and find yourself a favorite poet.
Wait,
100%.
so walk me through the program that we can expect tonight.
Oh, so tonight is going to be a jam-packed night. So we have a St. Thomas poet by the name of Damien Reed. He goes to be the Manny Ray. He's opening with a piece called Libation. We also have Chad Eiffel from Tumel Hill. He's going to be our Cajones, and Shakiru Maynard on guitar. So we're opening with this musical Libation piece, and then we're going into me. I'm going to do about a 10-minute set of some of my favorite poems and some, I guess, hit poems, if that's such a thing.
Yes.
And then we're going into some Satiba Celie Thompson from OTT. From there, we're transitioning to some music, and then we have a trio of Nigga Snots, real name Raquan Hines, Timon Howard, and Malachi Hope. They're doing a group piece, and they started the rehearsal last night, and this goosebumps all over. This piece is magic. We also have LaShawn Griffith as the MC, and then we're doing something very special right before intermission. We're giving a tribute to Disa Andwele, also known as Aja, who's a direct descendant from the first settlers of the Freedom Village in Rock Hall. So we're giving him the Poetry Barbados Griot Awardee, which is an award where we give to someone who had an outstanding contribution to the art form of literature, poetry, in his case, rhythm poetry. And then we're doing a Kamo Brathwaite tribute. Winston Farrell will be doing that tribute. And then we have some music. So we have Sam Sounds. Sam Sounds is a, I guess, dancehall hip-hop artist, you could call him. But he's also playing a little bit with poetry. And we have some Kioma Malik doing some freestyling. And then at the end, my favorite part of the show, I am going to be holding a jam session with Tumel Hill drummer and the guitarist and all the poets coming up on stage, and we're going to rock out for 10-15 minutes. We're going to rock out to John till we get off the stage. We're going to rock out with all the lyrics we got to John till we get off the stage. So you want to come down to Rock Hall this evening. There's food and drink as well on sale. The event is totally free. You just got to pay attention, get comfortable, sit down, and vibe with the poets. And this is a bougie such thing. You could come and you could keep noise. You could cheer on the poets, right? This is the day to celebrate all literary excellence.
I am sold. Feature your sold, right?
I am.
I am telling you, the energy that Akeem brings to this, it is amazing. Poetry, really, and it's all happening at the Rock Hall Freedom Village. And I know, John, segueing to you, I know that's a sacred space.
Oh, man, talk about it. That's more than a sacred space. You know, apart from the poetry that's going to be happening, if people get the opportunity to come into that space itself, go to look at the wall, which tells you all of the names of the persons who actually were the first persons to acquire that land, man, it really is going to be a night of excellence all around. But for me, the most important thing always is for us as Barbadians to support our young people who are doing fantastic things. It's just like you guys, you had Cindy Celeste here previously, and there are a lot of young people getting involved in poetry. And this for me is a wonderful sight because very early, I was introduced to these guys, and I remember them saying that they needed to get to South Africa to attend a thing. And I was like, yep, we going South Africa.
You did.
And these guys went and represented at such a high level that was unbelievable then after they came back to Barbados to see the growth between the time they left and when they came back. And for me, that was like just awesome. And I'm so happy that they're part of regathering and making sure that all of the different facets that we have in this island become part of regathering. And so I want to encourage people to get out. I know for sure there are a number of folks who have called me already. Some I have to transport them there myself, but I don't mind, who have never been to anything concerning poetry. But from the time Akeem again talks about the energy, the last time he was here, I got the telephone calls, and you also are going to pay me back my gas money. As I got to travel across the country to pick up different people to get them there. So thank you, Akeem. Thank you.
But you know, again, you just mentioned it very well. The regathering opportunity gives us a platform to showcase from within the community. People who we just walked past. And we didn't even know they had inside of them all of this.
Exactly.
And it now gives them that spotlight.
Yeah, and that's what we gathering is all about. You know, regardless of all the other things that you hear, it really is about presenting opportunities for people to take advantage of, so that people know what is happening, who does what in the community, who's going to, let's say, contribute to different things. And once we're talking about contributions, I am so pleased today, and I'm going to get the opportunity to talk about it when I come back to you. But I have a number of groups who are coming on board, who said, look, John, we understand what you're trying to do. So I have a group of churches who are coming on board, and they're going to be the persons going through all of these different parishes and having prayer meetings, so to speak, and talking to people. I got people coming from empowering men who are going to be coming into the communities and having sessions with our men, young and old, helping them to deal with their problems and different things. I have a gentleman who is interested in producing, listen to this, I want you to really get this, in establishing a space agency in Barbados. A person of Barbadian descent who is very much involved in teaching aeronautics and all of that sort of stuff. And he felt compelled when he heard about regathering and stuff to he's actually on island, came here. And he is interested in setting up this thing where we teach children from robotics to how airplanes fly, how spaceships operate, all of this sort of stuff. Regathering, it is actually doing what it's supposed to do, gathering our people from wherever they are in the world. And so I'm so excited about all these things that are happening. But tonight is really about the poets, and I want people to come out and be involved, because you're going to be blown away, as I was the very first time I met these guys.
I came South Africa and back, and you came back a changed man. You had your Damascus moment.
I feel every poet, that happens to every poet when I go over there. We went over there in 2019. This would have been like the summer. So their summer is our summer is their winter. Yes, it was like -4 degrees. So we step off your plane. We immediately already changed my life for the temperature. But we went there to a festival over there called the Vriestak Kunstefeest Festival, and it was 4 of us. And we did like 10 different performances across South Africa and Bloemfontein. And South Africa has 11 different languages, so even the language barrier was interesting. You know, Bajan is its own language in of itself, right? So when we were immersed with the other poets, I thought it was good. And then I met these guys and I was like, oh boy, I know got work to do. I know got work to do. And it was, honestly, it was a life-changing experiences. The way they innovate, not just the actual art form, but the business of the art form, the way they approach it, the way they bring together community. It planted a seed that is still growing on this poetry. I was like, we have to come back and apply what we've learned. So I'm very thankful for John for giving us that opportunity. And I would encourage every poet, if you can afford it, go to South Africa. Pack good clothes, pack some good
or choose the time of year.
Yes, winter ain't easy over there, but it was definitely a life-changing experience for me.
Well, that's fine. I mean, we see the growth during what you do, called Under the Umbrella of Poetry, as well. And so we want to commend you on that. So remind us of tonight.
Yes, so tonight, all of Barbados get to St. Thomas Parish Church by 6 o'clock, so you can be shuttled into the rock called Freedom Village. We're celebrating World Poetry Day there. We have a star-studded lineup of so many poets you probably never heard of, but after tonight, you can definitely be able to research them. We're going to be kicking off at 7 o'clock sharp. We run until, as I say, to John kick me off the stage. And we have food and drinks on sale, and there's so many poets performing. Some from St. Thomas. Shad Eiffel, the drummer, is also from St. Thomas, and we've been working in the St. Thomas element as best as we can. Rock Off Freedom Village is a place that nature at its finest. Up there is beautiful. We have the statue uplit. We got the trees uplit. We've decorated the space to make it, give it a nice ambience. I think tonight is a full moon, so it can be poetry under the full moon with the monument. We have a see-through tent, so you can actually see the full moon with the Rock Call Monument. It's going to be a beautiful experience, and I encourage all the Barbados to come out. If you've been seeing poetry videos and never make it to the show, this one free, so you can't say, oh, we couldn't afford it. You have no excuse. You just get to St. Thomas Parish Church.
You ever notice that poets have a very interest in lung capacity?
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Especially when they're promoting themselves.
Sorry, Akeem, I had a And so, Peter, let's walk through what else is happening into today and into the rest of the weekend.
Okay, so I'll backtrack. Just after Akeem, or for those who want to give a segue, there's the event at the District D Police Station at 9. So you can get a taste of poetry and then come on over to the best band in the world. That starts at 9 p.m. Tomorrow we have our cricket match. Looking forward to beat CICS. Yes. Honestly, they haven't won a match yet.
Not a single one.
So I'm hoping St. Thomas, we can live up to this. It promises to be a time of excitement. Cricket has always had a special place in Barbados and St. Thomas. So we want persons to come out as well. Saturday, 7 p.m. after you've done what you've done on Saturday, come out for relaxing, exciting time. Bridgefield Pavilion, food and drinks also are on sale. And then Sunday afternoon, we have that bus tour excursion. 2 p.m. we're leaving the walk. Come out and have a blast. And then throughout the week we have other activities. There's a karaoke lime at the Thirsty Lizard. Senator King was telling me about his experience there. He totally enjoyed it.
He was thirsty.
Yeah, he was thirsty. Yes. He was thirsty. I don't know what beverage, but he said he was thirsty. And then the 28th, we have another shop line where we're seeking to incorporate community spirit, getting persons involved. And that is Pundi Off Bar. That's in Art Charles, St. Thomas. And then, we go on to our marquee event that kind of brings out a lot of people.
Talk to me about that a little bit more.
Okay, so the marquee event is at the Project House. It's the 29th of March. And we have inculcated a lot of different activities. We have the Farmers Market. So if you wish to come early, you can come out to that. You can patronize persons. And then for the evening going on, we have the entertainment side bit of it. So everything is there at the Project House, which is synonymous to St. Thomas. So that is another one big event for St. Thomas. I know St. Thomas Parish Church, they also have a big event happening there as well. So we're doing some great stuff in St. Thomas, and we're looking to include everyone. So there's a bit for each and every young, old, in between. And then the 30th, we have a wellness walk. Which is in conjunction with Bajan Fusion, Celia Collymore, who's well known for training and exercising, and so
she
that.
Beat me at cricket.
Yeah.
I was so mad that morning, John. The woman got me out.
Oh man.
Yeah. So she also is on board. When she heard about we gathering and being in March, she asked to jump on board. So that too is going well, and it's from puberty to perimenopause and beyond. So it's catered to women. So guys, if you need to drop off your wives, girlfriend, children, do that and come back for us, come back for them. So that's on the 30th as well. And then St. Thomas, once again, they have their harvest, and that's open to the general public. And then we come lax on the 30th, rum tails, and handing over the 30th at Harson's Cave. So we have a few more events left, and all promises to be quite exciting.
It really does indeed. And so this meets the mark, John. All of this meets the mark. It hits it spot on. And that's what we're trying to do all year long.
All year long, that's what we're trying to do. So you have sporting activities, you have educational activities, you talk about the things for women and different things like that. You got, as their thing suggests, nature. You have the walk already. You've got the bus excursion. you have to go to the excursion. And again, it's all the community itself putting all of these things together, and we in the Secretariat just helping to get the advertising out or to help you to structure some of the things. But it really is giving the communities the opportunity to do these things. And I got to repeat this all the time, that long after the gathering is finished, the communities have now the power to keep doing their own events, and which may very much become a part of the Barbados' general calendar all the time. And this is exciting.
I can't wait to hear more community festivals. I think that's so important. Don't wait for the National Cultural Foundation to put on these massive things that crop over alone. Put on your own things.
Correct.
I love that. I've lived long enough, Akeem, just to be able to say that as well.
I want to ride on the Rockland bus.
You want that ride on the Rockland bus, right?
Y'all got me excited for it now.
I tell you, it is amazing. That experience is beyond this world. Picture too. She hasn't had that.
Experience it together.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, so it's World Poetry Day today, and so, the boss, Akeem, is going to spit something off the dome for us this morning. So what are you going to do for us, Akeem?
I have a piece called poetry is, so I guess I'll just do that.
Let's see if you're actually good at defining what poetry is.
All right. Well, this is my definition of it.
Okay.
Yeah? So it goes something like this. Poetry is perspective packaged to perplex and inspire thought. Poetry is bareback, grassroots and raw, marinated by the poet's experiences, frozen in time through speech after his frame of mind has thawed. In the cooking pot of culture, poetry is the special sauce. And I can serve you a plate, but first let me tell you the cause. Poetry will charge you to find peace of mind in a world designed to wage war. Poetry is me, and through it I become all. And not to be sacrilegious, but if poetry was God, then we's Abraham and Moses writing scriptures. Poetry could shed light on a dark topic like a socially engineered light fixture. Let me fix ya. A warm king says better the truth. Where your bad mind blanket statements can never adequately cover you. Poetry will knock the covers loose, exposing your cold feet. Poetry is a test of character where the speaker can't cheat, where you can't repeat if you feel. When you speak from the heart, every mark is a passing grade. Let me tell you the tale of a poet. I ain't giving you no more. Come tonight to see the rest. Come tonight to see the rest.
I'm telling you.
How you remember all of that?
I remember much more. I can remember the 3 hours or more. It's
wow,
crazy.
you see what I tell you all? Lung capacity, boy.
Gotta eat your brain food.
Real brain food indeed. Real brain food. This is fantastic. Well done. And that's what you'll get tonight in the Freedom Village, Hall Freedom Village this evening, beginning at 7. Get and park your car by St. Thomas Parish Church. The shuttle will take you there. Yeah. It'll take you there. It'll bring you back. Food and drinks on sale indeed. There's so much happening in St. Thomas still. And we haven't even gotten down to the nitty-gritty yet in St. Thomas, but there's a bunch still to come. And we'll continue to remind you right here on Morning Barbados. Petra, thanks. Petra Ramsey. Yes.
You missed off the other part. You were saying you're still going to get in some trouble.
What miss?
You said, my husband, it's Rolla. You're going to get in trouble too. It's hyphenated. You're going to get in trouble.
What do you see?
I'm nearsighted.
Well, take it as Akeem Chandler Prescott and Senator John King. Thank you so much indeed as well.
Thank you.
Always fun having you guys around
Thank you
indeed.
so much.
And thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, you want me to give them the riddle? Not a problem.
Oh,
Here's my riddle for you guys now. This one is easy. Trust me, it's easy. If Dick's father is Bob's son, then what relation is Dick to Bob? Let me say it again. If Dick's father is Bob's son, then what relationship is Dick to Bob? Look at the mathematics.
The poet got to answer that.
If Dick's father is Bob's son, what relation is Dick to Bob?
Grandson.
His father.
What relation is
Here's a
Dick
boy. Say
to Bob?
uncle. I stop.
I stick with grandson, I think.
So Dick is his grandson?
Grandfather.
Yeah.
We got it.
His grandfather.
I would have wrought his sauce.
We got it.
Yes. Bob is Dick's grandfather.
We got it.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. You're heading in the right direction.
Right.
But that's the poetry training, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much indeed for having some fun
Thank
with
you
me.
for
All right.
having
Wish
us.
you well with all of the activities that's still to come, indeed.
Yeah.
So all the best.
Thank you.
We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
God will not give you a job
God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
An hour of inspiration, celebration, soulful praise, and uplifting messages that will refresh your soul and fill your heart with joy. Q Gospel, Sunday at 4 p.m. on Quality 100.7 FM radio, bringing you closer to the music.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're approaching 2.5 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. I did tell you about Run Tsunami Run. I want to share with you the information because the event is this weekend. So take a look at your screen. Take a look at your screen. It's important to note how you can register. And in registering, it's as simple as going online or calling the office and getting it done. It's all happening on Sunday, this coming Sunday, from 3 in the afternoon until the evening time. And it starts and finishes at, and I'm blind, I'm clearly quite blind indeed. So it starts and it finishes at the Dinah Bar, next to Dinah's Bar in Bathsheba. So remember, do that. You go online, click on the Linktree and Instagram page, you visit the Facebook page, you scan the QR code. Those are the 3 different ways. Or you can visit the Coastal Management Zone's event landing page and you sign up, register. Register as quickly as possible. Park and ride is available. Bus transportation will be arranged from Warren's Towers 2 in Warren's, despite some bus terminal, and you will be asked to meet at 1:30 to facilitate that 2 p.m. departure. So get to either the Warren's Tower 2 or the Spite Stone bus terminal and you'll be shuttled in. You can collect your race bibs and t-shirts as well as make a donation until tomorrow from 9 until 4 in the afternoon at the DEM's office in Warren's Industrial Park. So collect your bibs and your t-shirts from there and run Tsunami Run. It's an educational exercise. It's not just a workout, and so I want to encourage all of you to sign up and be a part of it indeed. Remember, today is World Down Syndrome Day. I want you to rock your socks. Did you get what I sent, Als? And so I want to be able to remind you as well as you today rock your socks, and you continue to do so. Send us the pictures. Also tag the Barbados Down Syndrome Association. Let's show the rest of the world what's happening. There are many of you have been sending, and we thank you so much for sharing your socks pictures, multicolored, long, short. It matters not. And so join in the global movement, big global movement. I wanted to share a picture of my nephew Noah. I would have just sent it to you as Noah is rocking his socks. He goes to the Warrens Primary School. He's only 2 years old, and he was so excited this morning to get up to put on his multicolored socks to rock in support of Down syndrome. He knows Michael. He and Michael are friends, so he understands what it means to include people who are different, who have Downs indeed. And so to all of you, I really want to encourage you to rock your socks today, and perhaps there's Noah. Hey, Noah, Uncle Pepe is saying hello to, he calls me Uncle Pepe. So Noah, he's 2 years old, but he is anxious to head to school today with his socks indeed. And no, you can't take that little truck to school, that car to school, but Noah is there ready for school, and he's rocking his socks indeed. My boy, that's my boy, Noah right there. All right. So that is it for today, everybody. I thank you so much for all of you joining the global movement today in celebration of World Down Syndrome Day, rocking your socks. Remember, tag the Barbados Down Syndrome Association with all of your colorful socks and pictures. And let's show the world that we in Barbados stand in solidarity as well. My little crew says thank you. We wish you a wonderful today and most of all, a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday, if it be the will of the Lord. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.